Hello, hi, a very happy good evening. So this is Krishna Ma'am and we're talking about the story of life on earth, and that's biology. So here we are in our Let's Discuss series. So we have been discussing a sample paper. So we have discussed the first 25 questions. So today we'll be continuing with the next 25 questions. So here we'll be done with botany. So I have just chosen a sample paper randomly and I am discussing the sample paper with you. Okay. So first, so it contains of two sessions, right? So you have section C as botany and section D as zoology in your NEET exam. So botany mein you have almost 50 questions, and zoology you have 50 questions, out of which you have to attend 45 and 45, right? So that makes it 90 questions. So 90 into 4, 360 marks. So that is how it is. So I am done with solving the first 25 questions of botany part. So today I'll solve the remaining 25 questions of botany, and on Friday I will solve the first 25 questions of zoology. Alright, so here we move forward. So let's see. So it's not going to take much time. So if you see, hardly we'll be done in 15 minutes, 25 questions. So your speed will also increase if you solve along with me. So I'll tell you which chapter the question comes from and how to solve, and hence we move forward. So here we are. So it is ideally question number 26, but it's okay. I have labeled it, I have titled it as question 1. Alright. So it reads, read the given statement and select the correct option. Gymnosperms lack albuminous cells and sieve cells, and the second statement is gymnosperms have sieve tubes and companion cells. So first of all, where does this question come from? So this question comes from the chapter Anatomy of Flowering Plants. Right, so where we talk about xylem and phloem in detail, right? So ma'am is saying option is B. Okay, hello, thank you so much for joining my session, and please do forget to like, share and subscribe. Gymnosperms lack albuminous cells and sieve cells. Okay, so this is absolutely wrong because they don't have sieve cells. Okay, and it is not that they lack, they have albuminous cells. Okay, so statement 2, gymnosperms have sieve tubes and companion cells. They do not have companion cells. So both statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. So this is your right option. So it is option D. Alright, because they do not have companion cells. Instead of companion cells, they have albuminous cells and sieve tubes, right? Alright, so here we go to the next question. So question 2, the correct sequence of RNA transcribed from the given sequence of DNA is. So this question stems from the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance. So transcription happens from the 5' to 3'. So we go from this direction. So 5', so A, it will be U, it will not be T because it is RNA. So T will be A, G will be C, C will be G, this will be U, A, C, G, again U, again A, and 3'. So if you see, the right option is this. This is the direction of transcription. So it is 5', UA, CG, again UA, CGUA. So the right answer is from the 5' to the 3' direction. Alright. Yes, so thank you Nas ma'am and Jyoti ma'am for joining my session. So please do like, share and subscribe. Alright, so I hope you are enjoying the session. So question number 3, placentation in dianthus is. Okay, so this placentation is a very common question, and this comes from the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. So placentation is a very important concept for your NEET exam. So we have how many types of placentation? So you have marginal placentation, axial placentation. So you have central, parietal, free central, and you have basal. So basal is only one. So almost the most repeated question here is basal. So basal example is sunflower, which everyone knows. But dianthus, what is the example? So dianthus, the placentation that you see is free central. So there are no locules. So it is directly like this. It is free central. All right. Okay. So here we go to question number 4. So the percentage of carbon dioxide, methane, CFCs, so it is CFCs, and N2O contributing to the global warming. So as you can see, this question is from environmental issues of your class 12, the last chapter. So probably this might be a little tricky. So this is not exactly from your textbook, but carbon dioxide is 60%, so methane is 20%, CFC is 14%, and N2O, nitride oxide, oxides of nitrogen is your remaining, that is 6%. All right. So here we move forward, question 5. So soon we are done with 5 questions. Look at the time. So the rate at which we solve questions is much quick when you solve along with me. Okay, so we have the answer 4. Okay, so 4 was B. Okay, right. So question 5, which of the following carriers are present in cytochrome C oxidase complex? This question comes from respiration in plants. So where we talk about the electron transport system. So what are the carriers present in the cytochrome C oxidase complex? So what are the carriers if you see? So cytochrome A, A3 and copper centers. So cytochrome is a complex of iron and sulfur cluster, and copper centers are also carriers of your electrons. So for your cytochrome C oxidase, it is cytochrome A, A3 and copper centers. So questions of this type can be pretty confusing, so make sure you look into the data before you solve. Alright, so we go to question number 6. In which of the following plants microsporophylls and megasporophylls are born on the same tree? Micro is male, mega is female. Right? So which tree? So this question comes from plant kingdom. So they're literally asking you, so in which tree of gymnosperms microsporophylls and megasporophylls are born on the same tree? Right? Eucalyptus, Sequoia, Pinus and Cycas. If you see all the options, so the options are from pteridophytes and the other one is from gymnosperms. So it will be Pinus. Alright. So hi Gosh, a very happy good evening. So thank you so much for joining my session. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, so question 7, a graph of species richness versus area on the log axis. So what is the equation? S is equal to CA par Z. So it is log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. Right? So what is the graph? So the graph is linear. In some cases, like in case of your frugivores, it becomes more steep. So this is a linear graph. So thank you Ghosh, that's a very beautiful compliment. Thank you so much. So here we go to question 8. Plant tissues have been divided into meristematic and permanent tissues on what basis? Differentiation capacity, division capability, symmetry and plane of division. So this comes from the chapter again anatomy where we talk about the tissue system. Right? So meristematic tissues are capable of complex division, that is they can divide continuously. Permanent tissues, they differentiate to take up a permanent function. So they are classified based on the division capability. So guys, our priority here is to maintain time. So 25 questions, a time limit should be 15 to 20 minutes and not more. So I have another question. So when you look at questions like this, this is from food chain. So questions from food chain stem from the chapter ecosystem, right? So dash feeds on the, so earthworm feeds on dash and earthworm eats what? And then the snake. So it's easy, either you can go from A if you're very confused, okay? So you can go from the last one. So who can eat snake? Sparrow cannot, a falcon really not. So if you have a confusion, check on these 3 options. So earthworm can be eaten by a sparrow, okay, to some extent if the sparrow finds the earthworm. But A here it says Deritus, it cannot be, okay, it can be Deritus, but here the most suitable option is the frog is eaten by the earthworm, right? So it is Deritus, frog and the peacock. That would be the answer. Alright, so far any doubt? Yes, this is clear. So this is a DFC, that is a Deritus food chain, because earthworm comes under decomposers. So they are called as Deritrios. So earthworms can be eaten by frogs, because frogs are eaten by snakes, right? So please apply the logic everywhere, and then this is eaten by peacock. Alright. You always watch my video. Thank you so much. So question 8, option B. Okay, Nas ma'am. Okay, so thank you Priyanka ma'am for joining my lecture today. So please do like and subscribe. Okay, so you want it for physics and chemistry. Alright, so I'll put your request to the management. So here we come to question 10. The National Botanical Research Institute is located in. So this can be from the chapter Living World or from the Plant Kingdom. Alright, but this NBRI, it is located in Lucknow. So I don't think there's a high probability of this question coming in your NEET paper, but if it comes, the right answer is Lucknow. Alright. Okay, so here we go to question 11. Which of the following statement is not true regarding Selaginella? So Selaginella comes under your pteridophytes, under kingdom Plantae, right? So which of the following is not true? Leaves of Selaginella are small. Yes, microphylls, right? Megaphylls is there and microphylls is there. Selagina belongs to class Cenopsida. That is wrong. They belong to another class, like that is Lopsicida. So this is the wrong statement. So question 12. So which of the following are diploid? So this, if you look at the options, this question comes from sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So diploid means 2n. So we'll go one by one. So nucellus is diploid. Megaspore mother cell is diploid. Embryo sac, you cannot call it diploid. You have a lot of cells inside the embryo sac, so you might have confusion. So megaspore mother cell is diploid. Embryo sac, again we have a doubt. Functional megaspore is haploid. Right? So we have eliminated two options. Nucellus, megaspore mother cell, functional megaspore. Again, this is not, because this is haploid. So functional megaspore, nucellus, embryo sac. So now from this, which of the following you think is the right answer? So I consider embryo sac as 7-celled and 8-nucleate, right? But still the embryo sac here, so if you see all the options, this is definitely not, right? So in that case, when you talk about the embryo sac, only the X cell is haploid. The embryo sac is having more than one haploid cell. So this you can say comes under haploid. Okay, so the functional megaspore, so here the functional megaspore, so which of the following are diploid? So megaspore, mother cell, embryo sac, functional megaspore. So functional megaspore has the haploid material which undergoes mitotic division to form the embryo sac, right? So when I say the embryo sac is diploid, so this can also be. So here the functional megaspore is that one functional one which grows to form your embryo sac, all right? The most important for NEET besides NCERT, alright. So last Saturday I did a session on the strategic planning of NEET. So you can look into it. I have mentioned the books, alright. So you can get all my PPTs if you download 𝐒𝐴𝐴RPoint app. So you get all my PPTs there. Okay. So here the most approximate answer would be option B. Okay. Because, so which of the following are diploid? So did you understand the logic here? Yes? Sorry, wait. So I'll explain once again. See, first of all, embryo sac is 7-celled and 8-nucleate. It forms from one functional megaspore. I agree this has one X cell, but you're not sure if it is diploid. So we have deleted these two options, right? But nucellus, yes, nucellus is diploid. Then MNC, that is megaspore, mother cell is diploid. Functional megaspore, see, there can be two ways here. Functional megaspore, so the megaspore mother cell undergoes meiotic division to form 4 haploid megaspores, right? Yes, out of which one is functional. So ideally functional megaspore is haploid because it is formed after meiotic division. So if you look into the given options, this cannot be, this also cannot be, and this functional megaspore shouldn't be. So it has to be megaspore mother cell or microspore mother cell. But still all the options do not match very close by. The sample paper comes like this. It's not necessary everything is perfectly printed. Even in NEET exam you get bonus, you get a typing error, so all that happens. So this should be functional megaspore mother cell or microspore mother cell. Only then the answer will be right. Okay. So don't instantly arrive at the answer. So that is not right. So look at the question. The question looks so huge, but you have to find the correct pair. So dicot leaf is also called as the dorsiventral leaf. Monocot leaf is also called as the isobilateral leaf. So here you have more stomata on the lower side, abaxial. Here you have it on both the sides. So the right answer is option A. Right? So question 14, how many of the following condition increases the decomposition rate? Yes, any idea? Can you tell me? So deritus rich in lignin slows it down. Deritus rich in nitrogen increases. The warm temperature and moist environment increases, and deritus rich in sugar. So how many? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 statements increase the process of decomposition. Alright. So question 15. Arrange the following steps of prophase 1 of meiosis. The first one, what happens is chromosomes become compact. This is 1. Then pairing of homologous chromosomes, this is 2. So once they pair, you have crossing over, sorry, this is 3. And then you have dissolution, and then you have terminalization. So which is the correct option? So I guess C. So you have no leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene and diakinesis. So this is from the chapter cell cycle, right? So I move forward to question 16 now. So if a mother is a carrier of hemophilia and marries a hemophilic father. So hemophilia is not sex linked, it is autosomal recessive character. So when I say the mother is hemophilic, so it is a recessive character, so both the H will be hemophilic, right? So the father is also hemophilic, which means it is like this. It is a autosomal recessive character, so both the mother and father are hemophilic. So color blindness. Okay, sorry. So I got confused solving with you. So okay, so what are the sex-linked disorders? This is very important. You tend to get confused. So sex-linked disorders will be your color blindness and your hemophilia. So what are the autosomal diseases that we read? So autosomal diseases can be thalassemia. Then you have your sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, all that. So hemophilia, so mother is the carrier, so this, and the father is hemophilic. So now what is the probability that the female child is affected? So do the crossing XCX, because she is the carrier, so only one X is affected. So here it will be XCY. So XCXC, XCY, XCX, XY. So these are the female child, only one female child will be affected, so it is 50%. So since they are asking only female child, this is 50, this is 50. So the percent affected will be 50%, alright. So question 17. So consider the following statement and select the correct option stating which ones are true and which ones are false. Right? Facilitated transport requires special membrane proteins, true. They are highly selective, that is also true, but these true or false, so option B is the right answer, right? So question 17, so that was from the chapter transport in plants, so don't leave transport in plants because there was no question in the last year, so please don't leave this chapter, it is as such a very important chapter, alright? Okay, ripened oranges hasten the ripening of unripened bananas. Right? So this is because of ethylene, the gaseous hormone. So this is very easy. This comes from the chapter plant growth and development. Right? Okay, so we go forward. So question 19. So you have to match the column. So see, this is from the chapter mineral nutrition. So mineral nutrition is a very, very important chapter. So Mg2+, it is needed for your C3 and your C4 cycle. So in your C4 cycle, you use PEP carboxylase. So PEP carboxylase is A. Zn2+, it helps in alcohol dehydrogenase. So if you still have a doubt, molybdenum is nitrogenase, iron activates catalase. So this has to be B. So now see which one matches. So this one matches, right? So this is the right option. So question number 20. So which of the following prevents transcription of an operon? So where does transcription of an operon come? So in your lac operon, which is from the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance, right? So here what happens? The repressor binds to the operator. So you have a region. So you have promoter, repressor, then operator. So here the RNA polymerase binds and it produces a repressor protein. Sorry, this is an inducer which produces the repressor protein and it binds to the operator. So the repressor binds to the operator region in the absence of lactose, right? Clear? So see in how much time we are done with 20 questions. So is it not easy? Okay. Okay, fine. So question 21, the reason for high productivity of crops, tomatoes and bell pepper is due to, so if you see tomatoes, bell pepper, they are C4 plants. So they have increased photosynthetic rate at high carbon dioxide sensitivity. So question 22, in which of the following reaction of Krebs cycle NADH is released? So this is from the chapter where Krebs cycle is coming. So this is respiration in plants. So this entire Krebs cycle is an 8-step reaction and I want you to remember them. So one day I will do only the pathways C3, C4, Krebs cycle and glycolysis so that it's easy for you. Alright. So succinic acid to fumarate. So you have this NADH produced. Okay. So question 23, identify the organelles from their given functions. They synthesize glycolipids and glycoproteins, so it is Golgi bodies. Synthesis of steroidal hormones, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Play a role in the digestion of nucleic acids, lysosomes, that is lysozymes. Maintains the shape of the cell, that is cell wall. Now tell me which is right, Golgi apparatus. Okay, so this can be cytoskeletal also. Right? So this is option C. So question 24, loss of biodiversity results in which of the following? Decline in plant production? Yes. So the resistance to drought will decrease? Yes. So increased variability in plant production, meaning the plants will not show a consistent production. There will be high variability, which therefore affects the biodiversity. So this comes in your biodiversity and conservation chapter, right? Increased variability in water use? Yes. So when the major root changes, everything changes. Decrease a variability in pest and disease cycle? Obviously. So the variability actually becomes less to being resistant. So all of these are right. Yes, any doubts so far? So everything is clear? So are you enjoying the session, solving the questions with me? Can we go to the last question for the evening? So the last question of the evening, question number 25. Select the correct floral characters of the given floral formula. So this talks about symmetry. Right? So you have two types of symmetry. This is actinomorphic symmetry. This represents zygomorphic symmetry. Okay, zygomorphic symmetry is here. Then they are talking about diadelphous androecium. Yes, androecium is in two bundles and monocarpellary gynoecium. So the gynoecium is only one. So the right answer is option B. Alright. So I will do a session after I finish the zoology discussion of this paper. I will do a session where I'll talk only about the pathways. I will tell you how to remember the names of the enzymes. So what is important in each of the pathways. I will do glycolysis and Krebs cycle together. Then I will do ETS, C3, C4, CAM pathway, C2 cycle differently. So in this way, you will be able to make notes and remember these pathways. So I will bring a session on that. Alright, so any other topics which is very tough for you to remember, which is tough for you to understand, so please let me know in the chat box. I will help you out. Alright, so you have very less time. So NEET exam is not really far. So please don't have any notions that the NEET exam can get postponed. No, so board exams have begun. So it will go as per the plan. So don't have any false hope. So you do your work. What is the result? That is the later outcome. We'll see to that later. Alright. So with this we stop and I'll meet you on Friday with the zoology part of the sample paper. So until then, thank you so much for watching this paper discussion with me or the Let's Discuss Now series. So I'll meet you on Friday. So until then, this is me signing off. Thank you and take care. Bye.
Mhm.